too. This is a good group of people, and I know you're excited to hear from some of our newer folks that are running, and I'm excited about their campaign. So first up tonight is Jack Clary, and he's going to run for City Council. We work together on the senior board. I was going to say school board, but that would have been a Freudian slip, right? We work together on that too. Not in official capacity, but welcome Jack, and Jack's going to share a little bit about himself and what he's going to do in office, and then you can ask Jack any question. He's smart about a lot of different things. Thank you, Jack. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Before I get started, I observe a lot of things. I noticed tonight that we got more people in this audience than Biden has as campaign trail. Okay, that's a start, right? Can't go wrong there. But anyway, my name is Jack Clary, and I'm announcing my candidacy for the City Council Ward 2. I want to share with you a little bit about my background. I'm an engineer by degree, and also I have a business administration degree as well. I've worked in the mining industry, chemical business, and refining business at senior levels through my career. I've been retired. I lived in Gillette for starting 27 years. Been here a while. In those positions, there's a lot of challenges, and a lot of it focused on money. How you get return to your investors. If you don't do that, you're not going to be in business very long. I can tell you that. And one of the things that I see in this community that we need to start and aware of, that the revenues are going to go down. The coal companies are telling us as we speak. And this is the time that we should be putting together some strategy, not for this year or next year, but 5, 10, 15 years down the road. I'm talking about expense and capital. And instead of waiting till the crunch comes in, and then we have to add more taxes or eliminate programs nobody wants eliminated, but I think we need to pull our bootstraps up and get the job done. And that's one of the things I know the county has done, but the city has not.
Right.
And that's a fact as of last week. And I asked some people up there last meeting, and one of the things that really bothered me on spending, they approved $650,000 renovation of a playground behind the little store. That the demographics changed, and one of the council members brought that to attention of the mayor and the rest of them. That there's hardly any kids over there, so why do we want to spend that kind of money when if you go across the road to the Dow subdivision, they've got one. But a lot of them were hung up, they didn't want to lose that $250,000 federal grant.
Exactly.
That was the big thing with the rest of them. Now my hat's off, Trish Simonson voted no, and West voted no, but the rest voted yes. And I can tell you, I personally talked to 3 of them before the meeting and told them that is not good, useful money on this part. I mean, you want $40 million asked for a bridge, put that $400,000 in the bucket, I'll pay for this stuff. But they didn't want to do that. And in fact, to be honest with you, Terry was there, Trish kind of got scowled at. In fact, when we got done, she come talk to me. She said, "You see what happened?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Don't worry about it. You did your job. You listened to your constituents." And that's another thing that we need to circle the wagons on. We are elected officials. We need to take their advice. We need to honor our word. We just can't walk up and shake their hand and say, "Would you vote for me? Here's what I'm going to do for you," and walk away. We need to understand what they want. We need to give them feedback, timely feedback. And as I go on this journey, I'm not on this like myself. I'm for everybody who's running the campaign to help them get elected. We need to continue pushing this thing forward. And my thought and belief and passion, we can do it. We just got to stay together, have similar messages, and bring that message to the forefront with everybody. Because I'm finding out, as I talk to people in the community, they're uninformed. They truly are. And a lot of them don't want to take the time. So you're really faced with a couple issues that we got to overcome. We got to give them the vote. We got to understand what they're voting for, and understand the people running for these positions and how they can provide positive to their life. We don't have to continue with the liberal wage we got going, as I see in Gillette. And maybe I've been to too many meetings over the last year, various boards, but I personally don't like where it's headed. I don't like the incest books from the library. I don't like what's going on in the rec center with a boy or a girl. You're born a boy and you're born a girl, that's the way it is, and use the facilities to handle that sex. I'm a very much pro-life individual. I won't compromise my values for nobody. If that costs me election, so be it. That's who I am, and that's who you're getting if you vote for me. Nothing else, nothing less. That's it.
What's your financial background?
Oh, I manage budgets in all the businesses of $20+ million in capital and well over $15 million annual expenses. And always held accountable by the board of directors in all these organizations. And I can tell you, if I didn't meet those goals and objectives, I wouldn't have been working. As simple as that. And that's what we need to start doing here in Gillette, if we're going to be successful. Hold people accountable, not spend money, not make buildings. Buildings don't make the people. Right. What's inside makes the community.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes.
I guess my question's on that Gurley overpass. It seems like every year they're tearing the doggone thing, got it shut down for half the summer. It's the same company doing it. Now, is it a warranty issue or is it not? You know, on that when they, you know, they got to go back and redo it every year. And if it's a warranty issue, why is that company still being allowed to do the project? Why is it the same company doing the same project? Why can't they get somebody in there to do it right the first time? You know?
I asked that question of the mayor and a couple of city council people, and they keep telling me it's a structural issue. As an engineer, I don't see that. I see there's an issue with the cap, and they've been doing that for the last
20 years.
20 years, and that's going to continue. But I think, my opinion, I just think they're trying to get on the bandwagon and get some of this money. And I could be wrong, and people can criticize for it, but I'm just telling you how I see it. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's about all I know about it. But I did ask questions of that.
You know, because it seems like they're every year, it's the same company going back and redoing it. And if they're not doing it right, they need to find somebody to do it or make them stand behind it and start putting their capital up instead of taxpayer capital, is what I'm thinking.
Tear it down and start over.
Well, no, that's what they want to do. And you know, and there's been a lot in the years. Cheyenne got a new aquatic center, so Gillette needs one. We got a new fire station, so guess what? So now Cheyenne's got to build one, and it seems to go around Gillette. We've got to have the biggest, best. You know, if the coach don't win state championship 2 years in a row, then fire him and get a new one. And that's the way it's been ever since I was.
I can't agree with you more. Any other questions? Yes. I've got suns in my eyes, so I can't. Well, George. Sorry, I couldn't see you, George, with the sun back
Who's
there.
in the seat that you're going to challenge right now?
Pardon me?
Who are you? Who's on the city council in that ward that you will challenge?
Billy Montgomery. I don't know if he's going to run or not, so I don't know.
When they did their hate crime bill, Billy Montgomery said that within a year we'd have 5,000 people come to a call center because of the hate crime.
Yeah.
He said
That's a fallacy.
Yeah, well, I told him I thought he was full of baloney, but so it's been a year. So you may ask him, where's the 5,000 person call center that's gonna? And I asked him, I said, where are they gonna live? There's no housing in Gillette.
They haven't done that either.
Well, I can tell you, if I get elected, that'll be the first thing I'll tackle. You know, it takes more than me to overturn it, but they will get my voice that I won't support it. I think it's ridiculous. I see no value.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Thank you for bringing it up, George. I'm glad. I forgot that in my talk. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
I noticed around here you got a lot of art.
Yeah,
Art
a little bit.
statues and everything. I used to live here, and I just moved back about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that art is real expensive. But what I haven't seen around here is public transportation for people that don't have cars. What can we do about that?
Well, I know that issue was brought up to the senior center director here about 6 months ago. And right now, she doesn't have the people or the fleet or the money to do that. She does do a lot of that for the senior people going here and there, but she'd like to expand that. But the issue is money, and the issue is transportation people. And as far as the rest of it, anybody on the public side, that'd be a question for somebody else than myself. But if there's a need, I think it should be looked at. But it comes at a cost, and there's people going to use it. What's going to get us at the end of the day? That's what we got to look at.
Yeah.
Right? Anything else?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do, have they passed, or are they still talking about increasing the taxes for that camplex out there?
Yes.
Is that our revenue that's
It'll
gonna
be
go
on the
to it?
ballot.
Is it gonna
I'll be on the ballot in November, and there will be John or
208
anybody else,
million.
correct me, it's going to be 3 different initiatives you get to vote on. You vote on the expansion of the complex as one initiative, the Gurley overpass, and the $12 million for right. Am I right, everybody back
Correct.
there? And it's going to be a 1%
Right.
tax above what you got right now to help pay for that.
Does that benefit us?
Well, another thing you gotta take a look at, for like the rec center, there's no cost when Bob and Jerry or somebody speak up. If you do build it, who's gonna pay for the maintenance and the operation of it? That's another thing that nobody's talking about, at least not to me. Maybe people in this room know a little more about that, but that is a concern that I have. You build it, where's the money gonna come from? I can tell you where it's gonna come from. Everybody here. If we don't control our costs, you see more mill levy. I mean, if the revenue drops, you gotta have money,
Yeah.
unless you cut services. And that's what it comes down to. And like I said, I know the county is working hard on that, and they got a 3-year plan.
Go to Chicago and they got 11% in some of their suburbs, 11% sales tax.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff is a good man. We love him, and he's going to do fine in Ward 2 City Council.